Can you talk about one of your most challenging cases you've handled as a healer and what insights it provided?
Sure. I mean, other than me,
Other than you, yes.
yeah, I would say one of my most difficult cases, it was one of my students years ago. She was probably the only person that had a harder time than intuition with me. And it was a valuable thing, and I'm so grateful to her that she didn't give up. She took classes with me, she studied, she practiced. It was 5, maybe 7 years, and she never gave up. And it was so valuable for me because I had really struggled to learn intuition. Why? It's kind of the opposite of the book learning I mastered at MIT. To be in your body, to feel, to trust what you're seeing without needing to make sure or figure it out. And the reason it was so valuable for me is it forced me to go even further to understand the challenges than I would have before. There's a saying in the world of academics that C students make the best teachers. Have you heard that one? And that's what it was. And to say I was a C student at intuition, that's giving really easy grading, right? Massive grade inflation. I'm the guy that failed the course 6 times and then squeaked through with a D minus. But her name was Betty, and Betty was even a tougher case than me. And because it was so hard for her, it forced me to step back and learn and understand what I was doing at an even deeper level. And I mean, there's a million things I could give about intuition tips. Doesn't make a lot of sense out of context, so I'm going to avoid that for now. But anyone that doesn't shift from what you're doing is an incredible opportunity to get better at what you're doing. Because again, remember, life happens for us, not to us. Many teachers would have taken her and gone, "You're just a tough case. I don't care about you. Goodbye. Let me go find someone else to take money from." I saw it as, okay, here's a great opportunity to get better at what I'm doing. That every business person and athlete and performer will tell you, you learn a lot more from failure than from success. Because when you fail, it's showing you there's something missing. If you succeed, it just affirms that what you're doing is working. And that's great, but you don't get better, do you? My father in the 70s was a big tennis player during the tennis craze. One thing he told me was it was hard to find people to play with because in tennis, he said, you only get better by losing to people that are better than you. Stomping on someone that's less skilled does not make you better. So at the racket club, he goes, yeah, it can be difficult. No one wants to play anyone that's not as good as them because everyone wants to get better. So I would say, again, life happens for us, not to us. And instead of just trying to ignore or get away from the problem, I would celebrate it and say, thank you, universe, for giving me this case that shows me I don't know as much as I think. If I was as good as I thought I was, she would have learned it faster.